Alright, what's up, yins guys? Time for another video, and I'll say in advance here too, when I talk about these things, I like to do this out here early enough in the morning, because in the summer, uh, my neighbors out, older folks, and I don't rather not have them catch sight of or hear me swearing out loud in a video. So that's another thing. Usually I'll do videos in a colder weather out on this porch here in my leather and in sweaters, because their neighbors are not outside sitting on the porch or whatever the hell too, like to have me an office in another room, but I'll spare the explanation why. I mean, different kind of furniture everywhere, big pain in the butt. But anyway, I want to touch on this one because it kind of pisses me off. Yeah, I'm gonna bring up other YouTubers. The YouTuber Fat and Opinionated, I like what he says right there, that they're sweeping things under the rug just because somebody is a transgender. They're not reporting it, just like some of the other ones I did videos on. Oh, they're underreporting it or not reporting at all just because. Yeah, this particular dude, okay, was done in a theater. Blonde-haired dude, piece of shit. Can tell right away he hates women. Yeah, you see other YouTubers and look up the story, you'll see what he looks like. Say, right now, my computer, I'm busy, too busy to do edited videos to show you in a video right here. I'm just doing a video straight up because not to go a real long story about it. My monitor, my editing, I can't use my editing software. Decided not to get a new monitor. Video card attached to the TV, so no video editing to show you what this dude looks like. I think I can put something, link in the YouTube video to somebody else's, a link in my video to, in the comments, maybe to take you to another YouTuber I look at, or to other articles to see. Let the dude to describe, so I'm describing the dude, okay. Blonde hair, thinking he's a girl, and saw the picture of him. He wears shirts cut off down to here with his stomach showing because he thinks he's a girl. Well, thinks he's a girl and thinks he's the sexiest thing on the earth, and maybe one that showed a picture of him with the band Nirvana, a short little, and then yeah, that's a mockery of the band Nirvana, in my opinion. But anyway, they seen him, he going in, a coward too, on top of that, going in a theater and going to, walking up to girls, some of them behind, picking girls and slashing them with either knives or razors or whatever, and some of them had to go to the hospital, and doing what Fat and Opinionated, on his YouTube, what he said, a demonic laugh, like trying to be like the Joker. And yeah, these people are dangerous people, and they're also cowards. So basically, I put this on the video to say, not that I advocate any kind of vigilantism that's against the law, but if you or me decided we think we were a girl and did that, you would expect. In my beliefs, a mixture of Christianity and the occult, I would rather not call it a cult. I believe in whether you get arrested for something, you do something to somebody else, whether you get arrested for something, okay, or it prompts that, but it also prompts retribution, even though that retribution is against the law. You expect that. That's a thing that would and should happen, that if you or me did something despicable like that. I actually preached before, too. It's like my stepdad taught me. You do that to the relative of the wrong person, you don't, maybe it's not the police you got to worry about. You might end up being a trunk of somebody's car because they might have, I don't know, mafia ties and things like that. The concept of retribution, I can do an entire video at your request on. I believe similar to Styx Hexenhammer 666, but yet slightly different, but similar. And but anyway, my saying here, when I say this dude say these girlfriends had boyfriends that caught them doing that shit. uh, the boyfriend or husband or whatever has the right to grab them, yeah, knife or razor, grab them by the mouth and slam them against the wall. And say if you or me encountered an individual like us, a coward with a knife that only attacks girls, you would say to them, "Oh, a knife, huh? Yeah, you damn well better be damn fast with that thing and kill me dead the first time. You better be that damn fast with that thing, because if I get cut, I'm gonna do some. It's gonna turn out really bad for you. Up until the time I bleed out. You know what I mean? Even if I was gonna bleed out and die. See, well, you can argue that some people, you attack the wrong person with a knife out of fear. They don't have no particular skills, and all of a sudden maybe they're swatting just out of fear, and they get lucky, and maybe they're gonna bleed out and die. They'll hurt you real bad, which you can only hope that happens. But people like us, they're goddamn cowards. I think the cop, when they showed scenes of the guy being taken away in arrest, you kind of wish the cop roughed them up a little bit. I think the cops are too nice to them. They should put them in a jail cell. They shouldn't get to pick and choose what kind of jail they go in. I mean, if they were seeing another cell by somebody, they beat up by another prisoner. Now they're putting them in. What's sickening is they're putting people like this in a women's prison, and you can do whole videos on that. Other YouTubers talked about. I'm not going to go into that, but it's people like this. To discourage people like this, there actually should be a fear of getting hurt, and that's absent, I think. Because a lot of us, if we decided we think we're going to dress up like a woman and go attack girls and do things in a cowardly manner, sane people like us, not that we advocated or telling anybody to do it, you should expect retribution. Whether you get unlucky enough for the wrong cop to get you, rough you up, and beat the hell out of you, and which we would expect. Not that we're cheering for police brutality. Says people like you and me, if we were to do these things, like I said before about somebody that did a home invasion and beat up an old lady. Hey, a cop roughs them up, beats the hell out of them, and grabs them in the car. They damn deserve it. Not that you advocate police brutality for petty stuff, but like yes, I said, and like I said before, like my stepdad taught me, even though I watched a lot of movies, yeah, you'd pick the wrong person, attack them like that in the wrong area. How do you know they don't have some kind of mafia ties or gang ties? Yeah, it shouldn't be the police you have to worry about. Yeah, you could be in the trunk of somebody's car. What if they just wait? Yeah, they don't retaliate right away. Maybe they'll wait until you think you're free and clear, all arrogant, and just drive by, watch you, not be obvious, and then maybe wait a couple weeks, months, and then just right all of a sudden, after you're heading on a swivel and your guard is let down, just snag you out of nowhere, and next thing you know, you're in the trunk of somebody's car, and maybe I'm watching too many movies, but handcuffed to a fence or something, and they're beating the hell out of you before they, plug you. Not that you're advocating that. Some sane people like us would think, hey, if we did that, that would be just our luck. But yeah, these people are damn cowards anyway. They're the people like this guy slashing girls. Yeah, that's a good incentive to go and allow these people to go in a women's bathroom, isn't it? And the YouTubers are right. Yeah, they fat and opinionated. That YouTuber is right. They're sweeping it under the rug. Oh, we don't want to make this, even though they're dangerous to the public. And you don't want this. You want a guy like this following you in the bathroom if you were a girl or a woman? Hell no. Yeah, it's going to make the LGBT community look bad. I think the LGBT community best be going up there and say, hey, we condemn that shit. If we see any of people like us even talking about that shit, turn them. And matter of fact, if one of them is watching this right now, if anybody's talking that shit, you don't want to be dragged into that. And if it's anywhere near you, you should turn their damn ass in, because it can bring you trouble. You don't want to be, if you don't want to be associated with that shit, say you don't do that shit, turn their fucking asses the hell in right off the bat. You know what I mean? You can argue that if you look the other way, how do you know they're not mentally crazy and narcissist and they don't turn on you and try to stab you? Yeah, so we don't see enough of any of these people publicly condemning this kind of behavior. What, are they scared that they gotta look at each other, see if their friends approve of it? I mean, some of them out there, you try to give them the benefit of the doubt and say, hey, maybe a guy like this, if he's willing to do that, I mean, if he gets mad at me, he might go after me too. That's what they should be thinking. I imagine maybe there are some that do, but we don't see enough of, or little or none of them condemning this. What? They're worrying about that their precious community is going to look bad? Well, it's going to look bad when it's going to look bad anyway when people find out. You can't just sweep it under the rug and keep it under wraps forever. Or just like I said before I conclude this video, I says, rather than stereotype anybody, to be fair with all races or whoever you are. That's what I always said. Yeah, Ted Bundy was a white guy. Edward Surratt was a black guy. Talking about serial killers here. Oh, Jeffrey Dahmer, he was gay. And there's another one, I forget his name. Got to look it up. That one in the UK. He had the whole mutilated body parts he was throwing in a sewer system and buried all over the place. And he worked for Manpower at one time. I saw a documentary on him. Anyway, yeah, he was gay and he was a serial killer somewhere. I think it was the UK. And Jeffrey Dahmer was gay. Edward Surratt was a serial killer. He was black. Ted Bundy was a white guy. So go figure. A little bit of everybody has a serial killer that makes their group look bad at this point. But you're not saying everybody just because of that color or who they are serial killers either. But people from every walk of life and group are capable of being one. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, cowards, bottom line, cowards like that, they deserve to have the boyfriends, like this guy at that theater, grab him by the mouth or the throat and slam his ass against the wall and fuck his shit up. I don't care what anybody says. You do shit like that, that's what they deserve.